Hey, what's up? This is Paul Solt from Super Easy Apps. We're taking a look at setting up the album settings dialog in SwiftUI. Just getting started with this. So what does that look like? I have a tutorial coming out on how to do this, but I just wanted to show sort of what that in progress stuff looks like. So let's take a look. This is me sort of setting it up, showing off the app. I'm thinking about like what I want to do. So like the first focus is really like blocking the UI. It's so easy to get stuck in the weeds and lose sight of like the details. I'm also playing with the bookmarks feature, just sort of seeing how that works. You can set a bookmark on a single line of code, or you can set it on a file. Apparently you can stack them up on the same thing, and it's not as intuitive for like typing a title for the bookmark, but I still played around with it. All right, so next up, you can easily crash a simulator or the preview, which is using the simulator under the hood, if you have an invalid image. So just make sure that when you're working with preview and you're not force unwrapping, because then you're going to have problems with that. So that was one of the things that I was having to deal with here. And now I'm trying to create a mock interface that I can conform to so that I can integrate this easier. I'm not sure how easy that's going to be. One of the properties was just, it wasn't actually a property. It was just a instance method. And so I had to update that to be a property so that I could use the protocol like I was sort of envisioning. So this is me like getting things working. And finally we have something that looks good. And then I messed it up again because I have the wrong image. So here I'm just taking some notes and then I am continuing onward. So we finally have that first row for the manage album button set up, and sort of just looking at how to get this hooked up, and then working on the add photos button using a Z stack. So I'm compositing. And one of the things I didn't realize until I did this a second time, that as soon as you put an image there, it centers it. And maybe that's probably a property on ZStack that I didn't realize, which is what gave me a centered position. Previously, the button title would have been left aligned. So that's something to keep in mind when you're working on this. Working on the sliders, just trying to figure out which slider initializer I want to do, which one's going to give me feedback. Just sort of playing around with that. I haven't done much with sliders in SwiftUI. I've done a lot with sliders before, but it's anytime you're coming at something like this, you're just going to have to figure out, okay, which of these initializers do I want to work with? The more you practice interfaces like this, I think the easier it is going to be to know, okay, this is the one I want. This is the one that's going to allow me to do the customization that I want. And then it was just sort of playing with how much spacing do I want? And so it's still a little bit tight. I think I might want a little bit more spacing. So adding a spacer maybe of 20 points, I think would be helpful here because the text is really close. Now, the reason I didn't really like this, because you're looking in like 3 places to understand what the context is. So that's kind of why I went with this new slider approach of showing the min, the max, and the current UI doesn't show the current value. So we were showing the value here. I don't think it's as important with this slider. So as long as you can sort of see the min and max range, that's fine. And same with the slow fast, we would automatically determine what this value is as you were sort of swiping back and forth. All right, so like date picker, super easy. You just need a variable that you can bind to. So I just create a state object that allowed me to bind to that. While I'm doing all of this, I am playing around with VI mode or Vim mode. So I'm using the VI keyboard shortcuts to move around instead of my mouse. So trying to keep my hands on the keyboard as much as possible. And that's been really beneficial. Then I was just cleaning up the project because I had so many build targets that weren't related. Next up right here, I want to get into using Swift Package Manager. And one of the things that I was running into is I thought I read somewhere that you could have an executable and it would just create an app target that I could run. Well, that's not the case. You can't create an executable iPhone app target with a package as far as I'm aware. The only way to do that, it seems, is with an Xcode target, which has your um, code signing credentials and all of the things that you need in order to make that work. So I actually cut out probably several hours of me banging my head against the wall trying to figure out why I couldn't write it like I wanted to write it, because I was misinformed in my mental model of how this worked. Um, so you would have to do the scheme editor and create actual targets, I think, if you want to have. My goal was mini apps, so that's what I was getting at with this bullet point: mini apps to make the executable playgrounds with Swift packages. Because I wanted to see what the UI. Mainly, I wanted to make a screenshot of what the app looked like with this new screen, and I couldn't do it easily. And so that's kind of like what I was getting at, because I wanted to take a screenshot for my thumbnail, and I couldn't figure it out. So then I get like MVP working, and then just thinking through. So this is another design decision. Can I back up just a smidge? So here I'm adding these actions, and this doesn't really make sense to me. So like I have this album settings, which is really an album, and there's some other actions associated with it. I'm conforming the album to album settings, and this kind of rubbed me the wrong way of doing it this way. So I think these are actions that I'm going to have to actually put on the settings dialog as something that you pass in, or I'll have like a view model type object that'll have both an album settings and some additional actions, because these are not actions. The delete album action is not an action on this said album. It's like you don't just delete yourself. That's part of the management system. And manage photos action is adding new photos. Again, that's up a layer in the UI of who's going to actually do that management. And I don't really like having that here. So this is just me sort of playing around, trying to figure out, okay, like, can I pass this in? And here I ran into so many issues with trying to use observable, which is that new, this is a new macro, and that wasn't working. Then I was trying observed object, and I was trying environment, and I was like, what am I getting wrong here? And I ended up, I think, using some generics. I don't quite understand why that solves the problem, but I think I was running into like some type checking issue, and for whatever reason, doing what I wanted to do, which is have a protocol that I can conform to, so I can have an Objective-C object as well as a mock object. That's all I wanted. And I had to go like jumping through hoops. I think I got it, but I'm gonna I'm gonna find out in the next work session when I'm working on this to integrate it, if that approach is actually working. I don't know. I think right now my code is not compiling, which is why I didn't demo it first thing, because it's sort of a work in progress. I just like refactored some stuff and messed some stuff up. And I don't think it's fully functional. So we'll see what it looks like in here. So this is just me trying to appease the compiler. I feel like I do this a lot with Swift. I never had to do so much appeasement in Objective-C. And that's the one thing I don't like about Swift, is that it's a more complicated language. There's certain ways you have to write the code, and if you don't write it the right way, it's a real head scratcher on like, what are you doing wrong? So here's my extension that is just trying to conform. It's kind of what I realized, like I don't quite like how this feels. But the only way you sometimes can make those decisions is if you are going through the motions, writing the code, sort of seeing how it looks, and then making changes. So then I came up with a delegate. I'm like, I like the delegate a lot better. And so then it was just a matter of getting the delegate to compile, and then thinking about like, how is this going to work? Again, playing around with Vim keyboard shortcuts as I'm doing this to try and be a little bit more productive, not using the mouse to make changes, and just working through this stuff. Then I forgot how to do delegates in Objective-C, and you have to use the ID type and then use a lightweight generic in order to specify it. And I think that we don't have much more. Apparently, I stopped coding here. So that's all I have for right now. If this is interesting or if you've ever had an issue, comment down below. And if you like this sort of devlog where I'm walking through the code, give me a like, and you can subscribe to get more videos. My goal is to publish 5 days a week. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up that cadence once I'm working full time, but until I'm working full time, my plan is to have Monday through Friday, have a video queued up and ready to go for you. It looks like around noon Eastern time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.